Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome back to another installment of SFFS Academy. But today we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to be doing some jetliner. So starting off, we're going to take the taxi out challenge, I guess. I may have dabbled in these to see what they were like, and I was like, you know what, we need to get this out there. So here we are in Gatwick, 8:30 in the morning, a little hazy glowing sunset with a beautiful A320 parked right in front of us. Let's have a look around. Wow.
This is FS Academy Jetliner. We're going to introduce you to airline operations step by step, starting with a complete short-haul flight. We're in the A320neo and have just finished our pushback here at London Gatwick, bound for Barcelona. Make sure that the APU is running and we'll talk about jet engines.
Alright, let's get the APU. Interesting. All right, let's jump in. Start the APU. That's going to be on the roof. APU bleed on, APU master switch, APU start. Nice.
The A320 thrust levers have a set of detents that you'll need to be familiar with. Move the levers all the way forward to the toga position.
Toga, take off or go around.
This is the toga detent, which stands for takeoff go around.
Yeah, see?
This setting will give maximum power when required for takeoff on a short runway or to initiate a go around. It would be hard on the engines and use a lot of fuel if we used maximum power for every takeoff. So instead we use a reduced thrust setting known as flex. Move the levers back a little into the flex MCT detent. This is the flex MCT detent.
Is it?
Flex is a reduced takeoff thrust setting when maximum power isn't needed, saving fuel and engine wear.
Yep.
MCT stands for maximum continuous thrust. Whilst toga provides full power, keeping the engines at 100% thrust for longer than about 5 to 10 minutes can cause excessive wear and damage. MCT is a slightly reduced power setting, but it can be set for an unlimited time without fear of overstressing the engines.
Makes sense?
Here in the flex detent is where we'll set the levers for today's takeoff from Gatwick.
Well, the runway is
Move the
huge.
levers back another notch to the climb detent. Unlike in a Boeing aircraft, Airbus thrust levers do not move in response to the auto thrust. Instead, the levers are manually placed into the climb detent shortly after takeoff, where they will remain for the majority of the flight. The auto thrust can control engine power as needed, with the levers remaining in the climb detent the entire time. Finally, bring the levers all the way back to idle. This is the idle detent, where the engines are at their minimum power. In the final moments before touchdown, you'll move the levers here to reduce thrust for landing, and this will automatically disengage the auto thrust system. This is also the position used for starting the engines. Set the engine mode selector to start.
Engine mode to start. We can do that. Boom.
Now set the engine 1 master switch to on. A jet engine typically has two main fans at the front of the engine, one big and
Oh, bear with me 1 sec, chat. Okay, we are back. Sorry, as soon as we fired the stream up, I got a text saying, help! Well, let's get back to it.
One small, known as N1 and N2. Each fan is connected via a shaft to their own set of turbine blades at the back of the engine. The N2 fan is the smaller of the two and starts turning first. Once it gains speed, the air it moves gets pushed over the turbine blades for the N1 fan, causing it to spin.
N1. So I'm assuming it reaches 0. Go away.
Good. Now start engine 2. N2 is rotating. Fuel starts being supplied at around 20% N2, at which point the exhaust gas temperature, EGT, starts to rise and N1 starts to spin.
Fuel pressure looks good. They match, almost. Wonder if they're supposed to be like exact. That's fuel pressure in the engine. This must be fuel pressure being used. Oh, fuel used. So it's going to build.
Both engines are now running, so we'll perform the after start flow.
Engine mode set normal. That's down here. Which one is it? I'll get these controls soon. Engine mode normal. APU bleed off. APU master off. Speed brake armed, and flaps 1.
Good. Now that we've completed the flow actions, we complete the after start checklist. Anti-ice off. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim set. Rudder trim 0. After start checklist complete. Just like on a small aircraft, we check the flight controls for full and free movement before departure, starting with the ailerons.
You can't see much, so
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder full left. Full right. Neutral. Great, the flight controls look good.
piece of cake.
Jetliner 488, clearance available.
Ready to copy, Jetliner 488.
Jetliner 488 cleared to Barcelona via Novma 1 X-ray, runway 26 left, altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 7402.
Jetliner 488 cleared to Barcelona, Novma 1 X-ray, 26 left, altitude 5,000, squawking 7402.
Jetliner 488, read back correct, report ready for taxi.
We've just received our ATC route clearance. We're departing via the Novma 1 X-ray departure from runway 26 left, climbing to an initial stop altitude of 5,000 feet, which is set. We're ready to go. Let's request taxi clearance. Jetliner 488, request taxi.
Jetliner 488, taxi to hold short runway 26 left via Papa Alpha Sierra, holding point Alpha 2.
Papa,
Papa Alpha Sierra, holding short 26 left at Alpha 2, Jetliner 488. ATC have given us a taxi clearance to holding point Alpha 2. That's pretty much the full length for runway 26 left. Clear left side, clear right side, turn on the taxi light, release the parking brake, and we'll get going. Taxi ahead and turn right at the end onto taxiway Papa, then follow Papa around to the left onto Alpha Sierra to hold short at Alpha 2. Use only the minimum power you need to taxi at about 10 to 15 knots, as we're making some sharp turns.
Is there a reason we're not moving? I love that. I haven't done anything different. Oh, and we crashed. Give that another go. Need to get myself a flight sim intermission screen. Alright, well, let's let this load up and then we'll have a go again. Alright, activities. Custom. Jet number 1. Fly. Ready to go. Again.
This is FS Academy Jetliner. We're going to introduce you to airline operations step by step, starting with a complete short-haul flight. We're in the A320neo and have just finished our pushback here at London Gatwick, bound for Barcelona. Make sure that the APU is running and we'll talk about jet engines. The A320 thrust levers have a set of detents that you'll need to be familiar with. Move the levers all the way forward to the toga position. This is the toga detent, which stands for takeoff go-around. This setting will give maximum power when required for takeoff on a short runway or to initiate a go-around. It would be hard on the engines and use a lot of fuel if we used maximum power for every takeoff. So instead we use a reduced thrust setting known as flex. Move the levers back a little into the flex MCT detent. This is the flex MCT detent. Flex is a reduced takeoff thrust setting when maximum power isn't needed, saving fuel and engine wear. MCT stands for Maximum Continuous Thrust. Whilst toga provides full power, keeping the engines at 100% thrust for longer than about 5 to 10 minutes can cause excessive wear and damage. MCT is a slightly reduced power setting, but it can be set for an unlimited time without fear of overstressing the engines. Here in the flex detent is where we'll set the levers for today's takeoff from Gatwick. Move the levers back another notch to the climb detent. Unlike in a Boeing aircraft, Airbus thrust levers do not move in response to the auto thrust. Instead, the levers are manually placed into the climb detent shortly after takeoff, where they will remain for the majority of the flight. The auto thrust can control engine power as needed, with the levers remaining in the climb detent the entire time. Finally, bring the levers all the way back to idle. This is the idle detent, where the engines are at their minimum power. In the final moments before touchdown, you'll move the levers here to reduce thrust for landing, and this will automatically disengage the auto thrust system. This is also the position used for starting the engines. Set the engine mode selector to start. Now set the engine 1 master switch to on.
Nailed it.
A jet engine typically has 2 main fans at the front of the engine, one big and one small, known as N1 and N2. Each fan is connected via a shaft to their own set of turbine blades at the back of the engine. The N2 fan is the smaller of the two and starts turning first. Once it gains speed, the air it moves gets pushed over the turbine blades for the N1 fan, causing it to spin.
Nice. Got spoolie, boys. Wonder if it's proper to do one at a time. I'm assuming it is.
Good. Now start engine 2. N2 is rotating. Fuel starts being supplied at around 20% N2, at which point the exhaust gas temperature, EGT, starts to rise and N1 starts to spin.
Okay.
Both engines are now running, so we'll perform the after start flow.
All right.
Good. Now that we've completed the flow actions, we complete the after start checklist. Anti-ice off. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim set. Rudder trim 0. After start checklist complete.
Set for
Just
success,
like on a small
baby.
aircraft, we check the flight controls for full and free movement before departure, starting with the ailerons. Full left, full right, neutral. Full up, full down, neutral. Rudder full left, full right, neutral. Great, the flight controls look good.
Yeah, they do.
Jetliner 488, clearance available.
Ready to copy, Jetliner 488.
Jetliner 488 cleared to Barcelona via Novma 1 X-ray, runway 26 left, altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 7402.
Jetliner 488 clear to Barcelona, November 1 X-ray, 26 left, altitude 5000, squawking 7402.
Jetliner 488, read back correct, report ready for taxi.
We've just received our ATC route clearance. We're departing via the November 1 X-ray departure from runway 26 left, climbing to an initial stop altitude of 5,000 feet, which is set. We're ready to go. Let's request taxi clearance. Jetliner 488, request taxi.
Jetliner 488, taxi to hold short runway 26 left via Papa Alpha Sierra, holding point Alpha 2.
Papa, Alpha Sierra, holding short 26 left at Alpha 2, Jetliner 488. ATC have given us a taxi clearance to holding point Alpha 2. That's pretty much the full length for runway 26 left. Clear left side, clear right side, turn on the taxi light, release the parking brake, and we'll get going.
Okay, parking brake. Oh,
Taxi ahead and turn right at the end onto taxiway Papa, then follow Papa around to the left onto Alpha Sierra.
we have
to
movement
hold
this time,
short
guys.
at Alpha 2. Use only the minimum power you need to taxi at about 10 to 15 knots, as we're making some sharp turns. Now we're moving, give the brakes a squeeze to check that they're working. Brakes checked. Keep on taxiing and take the next right onto Papa. Turn right here and follow Papa to the end, where we'll turn left to Alpha Sierra. Whilst taxiing, we run through the PEDS check, which is a brief recap of our departure. Performance, departing from Alpha Sierra for 26 left as expected. Engine out. If we have an engine failure, at 1,700 feet we would turn left to Willow. Departure. November 1 X-ray, runway 26 left, is on our clearance and in the FMGC. Stop altitude, 5,000 feet from ATC.
I need to learn how to taxi in one of these things now. How we doing? Kind of on the line. We like that.
This is Alpha 2. Come to a stop here. Great. Now set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Now we're at the holding point, we'll complete the before takeoff checklist. Flight controls checked. Briefing confirmed. Flap setting config 1. FMA and takeoff data V1 blue, V2 magenta, climb nav 5000 blue, 1 FT2 flex. Transponder set. ECAM memo, take off no blue. EFB stowed and disconnected. Down to the line. Okay, we've completed our checks down to the line on the checklist. We continue below the line once we're cleared for lineup. We'll return once the cabin crew reports that the cabin is secured for takeoff.
Nailed it. A plus, baby. We can drive in a line. Let's go. All right, custom content. Let's take this bad boy into the sky. I like the sound of that. I don't think this, since I downloaded this, I don't think it's liking anything that's going on right now. Yep, it's gonna crash. Oh, bear with me, guys. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to end and restart, so I'll be right back.